everybody, and welcome to Liable of Zest. Today is going to be an intermediate based class. I hope you are already seated on your mat in your comfortable exercise clothes. We are going to be starting in a seated position, sitting at the edge of our mats. We're going to lengthen that spine, activate that core, draw those gaps down that back. I want you to extend your feet out in front of you. Your feet are in line with your hip joints. We're going to place our arms in front of us. We're going to inhale. And on that exhale, slowly roll that chin, then that neck and chest all the way down into a spine stretch. Please take note of my feet. They are pointing towards the ceiling. We're going to inhale and exhale slowly back up. We're going to do 4 of these, and inhale and exhale, slowly rolling down and extend as far as you can go. Inhale and exhale, rolling back up, and 2 more. Inhale, exhale, extend, chin down, neck and then chest, and slowly rolling back up. Last one, we're going to stay down there for a little bit, and inhale and exhale, chin, then neck, then chest, all the way down, and extend and inhale, exhale, extend and inhale, exhale, extend and inhale, exhale, slowly rolling yourself back up, stacking that vertebra. We're going to bring our arms into a T position, and we're going to inhale, and on the exhale, slowly rotate our trunk, and then bring that left hand out towards that outer right foot, and inhale, back up, and slowly back to center, and rotate and extend, reaching that right arm to that outer left foot as far as you can go, keeping your feet flexed. Back to center and rotating. And slowly, let's do 2 more on each side, extending, slowly back up, back to center, and rotating, and extending, and reaching, and back up. And last one on each side, rotate and extend, keeping those toes pointed, back up, rotating. Last one, slowly turn around and slowly reaching. Keep going everyone. We're just starting with a little bit of a warm up before we get into our sequence. Bringing those arms back to our palms in front of us. We're going to just make sure that we are in that center of the mat. We're going to do a roll down. From here, we're going to inhale, and on that exhale, pointing those toes towards that wall in front of you, you're slowly rolling yourself down into a lying position, all the way to the mat. Head on the floor, extending those arms. We're going to do 3 of these into that roll up. Inhale, and on the exhale, bringing arms, then head, then chest, all the way up, and stacking that vertebra. And inhale, exhale, slowly down, controlling. Remember to suck in that core. Suck that belly towards your spine. Inhale, exhale, lifting arms up towards the ceiling, then head, then neck and chest, all the way up, and stacking that spine. And slowly bringing those arms into a T position, palms facing each other, feet are in contact. We're slowly going to inhale, and on the exhale, rotate our trunk, bringing that right rib towards that left hip into a 2 pulsation pump, and slowly rotate. Inhale, center, exhale, rotate, inhale, center, exhale, rotate. Inhale, center, 1 more on each side, and rotate 2 pulses back to center, and rotate 2 pulses back to center, bringing those arms back in front of us, palms facing each other, pointing those toes. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, slowly roll yourself down to lie comfortably on that mat. Just make sure that you're in that center, sucking in that pelvic floor, making sure that your pelvis is in that comfortable, horizontal and neutral position. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, slowly peel that pelvis off the ground, rotating it, and then curling it up, peeling those vertebrae off the ground, one vertebra at a time from the bottom of that pelvis, squeezing those glutes. I want you to feel that activation. We're just going to do a few warm-up pelvic curls before we progress, and inhale and exhale, slowly rolling down. Please make sure that you're breathing in deeply, allowing that lateral breathing into that diaphragm and those ribs, and inhale and exhale, slowly rotating that pelvis, peeling those vertebrae all the way back up, squeezing one vertebra at a time, activating those glutes, squeezing those glutes, and inhale and exhale slowly down. We're going to do 2 more of these, and inhale and exhale, rolling back up, squeezing and feeling that movement, that spinal articulation as we're going, and slowly coming back down. Last one. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, slowly lift that pelvis up towards the ceiling, squeezing those glutes, digging those heels into the ground, and squeezing those glutes. We're going to bring arms up towards the ceiling, and we are slowly going to inhale, and on that exhale, lifting that right leg into tabletop, and we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping left leg down and lifting the other leg all the way up for 10, 9. Making sure that your hips are aligned. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lifting those hips. We're going to lower those arms into a T position while we're maintaining that pelvic hold. And 2, inhale up, exhale down, that's 3, keeping those glutes tight, 4, and 5. We're just going to do 8. Please make sure that you're not flaring those ribs, 6, and 7, and 8, and slowly keeping those hands where they are, lifting those hips to slowly drop yourself back to that neutral position. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lift right leg into tabletop, then left leg into tabletop. Keeping that pelvic positioning, drawing those abdominals to your tummy. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lower that right leg with that left leg at the same time. And exhale, opposite limbs. We're doing 8 of these. That's 3, 4, keep going, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. We're going into double leg toe taps. Inhale and exhale, double leg toe taps, back up and down. Keeping that activation. Please make sure that those ribs aren't flaring. You're drawing that belly to spine, making sure that pelvis is not tilting as you lower those legs. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale, lower, inhale, up. Exhale, lower, inhale, up. And last one. We're going to go from here straight into our tabletop. Chest lifts, interlacing those hands comfortably behind your head. You're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lifting head, neck, and chest off the ground all the way up. We're going to do 4 of these before we go into our chest lift crunch with rotation. And let's do 2 more, and all the way up, and slowly down, and lifting up, and inhale, exhale, rotate that right elbow towards that left knee while you're lowering that right knee back to center, and rotate, back to center, and rotate. Keep going, keeping that core activated. I want you to feel that burn in those abdominals, maintaining good posture and good control. Let's do 1 more on each side after this one, and 1, inhale, center, and 2, inhale, center, slowly rolling head, neck, and chest down, right leg down, left leg down. We're going to bring our arms into a T position, keeping those knees and ankles together. We're slowly going to rock out our knees from side to side, just to loosen up before we progress into that next exercise. And slowly back to center. We're going to extend our legs. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, bring our arms overhead. We're going to inhale and exhale, slowly rolling ourselves back up into a seated position and stacking that vertebra. We're going to place our hands behind us. We're going to, I want those fingers facing where your toes are, and I want those toes pointing towards the wall in front of you. We're going to go into that reverse bridge hold. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to lift up. Those of you that struggle with shoulder tightness or wrist pain, you can just lift up straight into this position. Will be a little bit easier. Otherwise, as I normally say, if you have a little medium-sized table, you can place your elbows on that table. We're going to inhale, and on that exhale, lift those hips up towards the ceiling, squeezing those glutes and holding, and inhale and exhale. In this position, I want you to lengthen that spine. I want you to draw that belly to spine, and I want you to keep that activation for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly down. We're going to bring those legs 1.5 feet away from our glutes. We're going to inhale, and on that exhale, lifting those glutes off the ground, hips to ceiling, lengthening that spine. We're going to transfer our weight onto that right hand side, lifting our left leg into tabletop position, and inhale, exhale, toe tap, inhale, up. Exhale, toe tap, inhale, up. Keep going. We're doing 8 of these. That's 3. Keeping that alignment. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Keep going. And 8. And dropping that leg down. Lifting that other leg. Keeping that glutes activation. Inhale, exhale, toe tap, and 1 and 2. Squeezing those glutes. I want to see a nice flat tummy, and I want you to imagine that there's just a full-on straight surface, like a tabletop surface. And let's do 2 more. Exhale, toe tap, inhale, up. Exhale, toe tap, inhale, up. Dropping that leg, keeping those hips up. We're going to just bring our hands slightly larger than shoulder width apart. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, slowly lower our hips down and back up. That's 1. And 2, please make sure that you're not hyperextending that lower back when you're lowering. You're keeping that neutral pelvis. I don't want you to rotate that pelvis out when you're lowering. Let's do 3 more. And inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And last one, up. We're going to hold and slowly inhale, exhale, lower those elbows. We're going to bend those elbows, lowering up and down. And let's do 4 more. Keep going. And 3 and 4. And slowly lowering those glutes down and bringing those knees towards that chest to stretch out and relax for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to keep our hands behind us. Last little bit in this reverse bridge position, keeping those toes pointing in front of us, extending those legs. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lift those hips up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift that right leg into tabletop, and inhale, and exhale, toe tap. We're doing 6, that's 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Dropping that leg down, transferring your weight onto that other leg, lifting the other leg into that tabletop, and inhale, exhale, toe tap, and that's 1, and 2, and 3, keep going, 4, keep pushing glutes side, 5, and 6, dropping down, and slowly dropping those glutes to the floor. We're going to rotate our hands to face the other way, and I want you to really extend your arms out as far as you can. You're going to bend, slight bend in those elbows, and you're going to lengthen that spine, keeping that core tight. You're going to activate your glutes to lift your legs off the ground at a 45-degree angle. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, inhale, draw the legs to the right, and on the exhale, rotate our legs into a circular motion back to center. We're going to do 3 on each side. Inhale, drop those legs to the right, and rotate around back to center. And let's do 1 more. Inhale, drop to right, and exhale, rotate, keeping those toes pointed, using that core. We're going to do 3 on the other side. Inhale, drop those legs to left, and circulate around back to center, keeping that pelvis stabilized to center, and rotate, and around. And the last one, dropping to left, rotating all the way around, and back to center. Slowly bringing those legs in, rolling yourself up, and hugging those knees towards your chest. We're going to extend those legs. We're going to place those hands in front of us and slowly roll ourselves all the way back down into that lying position, into that supine position. Just make sure that you are in that center of that mat. If you need to, I want you to be on the lower 2/3 of that mat. We're going to do a rollover. Before we do that rollover, however, we're going to extend those legs and just stretch out those hamstrings. So we're going to bring right leg into tabletop, then left leg into tabletop, lifting those legs up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift head, neck, and chest off the ground, placing both hands behind that right calf muscle. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lower that left leg while we pull 2 pulses towards our chest of that right knee, and rotate 2 pulses, and rotate 2 pulses, and rotate 2 pulses. Keep going, 2 pulses, and last one, 2 pulses on each leg, and slowly bringing those legs up, dropping head, neck, and chest off the ground, and keeping exactly where those legs are. You're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lower your legs down to 45-degree angle, and inhale, and exhale, slowly lift yourself over, and dropping those legs overhead. Now you're pointing your toes down towards the floor, keeping those legs straight. You're going to articulate through that spine, controlling yourself, keeping those legs straight, keeping those toes pointing towards the floor, those ankles flexed, controlling yourself all the way down, back to starting point, and we're creating a circular motion with those legs to get back to starting point, back to 90 degrees. Inhale, exhale, lower those legs. And inhale, exhale, lifting yourself up and over, touching that floor with those toes before we control ourselves all the way back down to that starting point. We're going to do 2 more of these before we progress into the jackknife. Keep going. Use that core to control. This is a lot of core stability and activation. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lifting over and controlling. Inhale and exhale as you're lowering your body back down. Slow and controlled. All the way back to center. Last one, back to 90. Inhale, exhale, lower those legs. Remember to keep that core tight. Inhale, exhale, lifting yourself overhead, pointing those toes towards the floor and controlling yourself 1 vertebra at a time. Back to starting point. All the way around. And from here, we're just going to bend those legs into tabletop, placing hands in a T position. We're just going to rock from side to side, allowing that mobility in that body while we recover. Back to center and slowly over. And last one on each side. All the way over and back. We're going to keep those legs in that tabletop. We're going to bring our arms to our sides. We're going to extend our legs. We're going to inhale, and on that exhale, lift our body, our legs over our head into that rollover position. From here, we're going to control keeping those legs, those knees and ankles in contact with each other. I want you to lift your legs up towards the ceiling, squeezing glutes, squeezing core. And from here, you're going to control yourself back down while those legs are together and in control. We're going to do 3 of these, making sure you're not bracing with that neck. We're going to inhale, exhale, rolling over and straightening those legs up towards the ceiling, squeezing those glutes all the way up, pushing those hips forward and controlling yourself back down. Slow and controlled. And last one, inhale, lower those legs. Exhale, lift into that rollover position. Core tight. And lifting yourself up, lifting those hips up towards the ceiling, squeezing those glutes and controlling yourself back down. And bringing those legs to your knees to hold for 5. Well done, everyone. That's a difficult movement. It requires a lot of control and stability work. So it's not too easy, but it's a lot of fun. From here, we are going to turn over to lie on our left-hand sides. We're going to start with our elbow comfortably under that shoulder. And we are going to lift our hips off the ground into a side plank position. And I want you to make sure that your hips and knees and shoulders are all aligned. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lift those hips up, push those hips forward, and we're going to place that other hand comfortably behind your head. We're going to lift that other leg up, and we are going to pulsate our legs forward 2 pulses. And as we're pulsating backwards, you are pointing those legs back. So let's inhale, Exhale, 2 pulses forward and extend, and 2 pulses backwards. And that's 1. We're doing 6 and 2. Please make sure that you are stabilizing here when working. 3, 4, and 5. Keep going. And 6. And lifting that leg back to center. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, into 6 pulsations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you can, 6 hip lows, and 1, and 2. Keep going. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. And slowly lowering yourself down. And we're just going to turn over onto our backs just to stretch out that glute that we've just used. Right ankle on left knee and hugging that knee towards our chest. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to turn over back on that same side. We'll stretch that other glute out when we use it on the other side. So let's get straight back into that sequence. Let's lift those hips up. Core nice and tight, placing the other hand behind your head, lifting that other leg. And I want you to inhale, and on the exhale, just toe tap up. You want to feel that burn over here and into that side of your body. We're doing 8. That's 3, and 4, and 5. Keep going. 6, 7, and 8. Lifting back up and slowly dropping down. We're going to turn over onto the other side to perform that same sequence. Keep going, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm feeling a nice burn. I'm really enjoying this. Let's lift and get those knees and hips and shoulders all aligned. We're going to lift those hips up off the ground, lifting that other leg, extending it, placing the other arm behind your head, and inhale and bring 2 pulses forward. Exhale, 2 pulses back. That's 1, and 2. Keep going. And 3. Keep going. 4, and 5. Last one. 6, and into that center, into 6 little pulsations, flexing those ankles. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 6 hip drops. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. And slowly coming back down and turning over to have that quick recovery and glute stretch, placing an ankle on that knee, hanging that knee towards your chest, and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to lift back onto our right hand side, and we're going to lift back into that side plank. Inhale and exhale, lift into that side plank, placing that hand behind your head, lifting and abducting that upper leg. And inhale, exhale, toe tap. 1. Keep going. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And holding. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming down and turning over onto our backs. We're just going to do a 6-second stretch on each leg. Right leg on left knee and holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly changing over to the other side and holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're slowly going to turn over onto our tummies. Just remember when you're in this position that you maintain that core activation, drawing those gaps down your back, squeezing those glutes. I want that neck in neutral. You're going to interlace your hands behind your head, behind your back. Your head is resting in that neutral position. And I want you to bend, flex those knees. And from here, you're going to rotate that head and you're going to rest that head on the mat. And we're going to inhale. And when we exhale, we're going to extend arms and legs, looking at the place, the wall straight in front of us, and slowly turning back over. And when you're extending, I want you to focus on lifting those knees off the ground and inhale back. And exhale, extend and inhale back. We're going to do 2 more. And extend and last one. And we're going to hold for 10 seconds in this position and extend. Core tight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly coming down. From here, we're going to lower those legs down, extending those arms. We're going to activate that core. We're going to inhale, and on that exhale, lifting straight legs and arms off the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. From here, rotating our palms to face the floor, and we're going to lower right arm with left leg while we lift and lower the opposite limbs into a little swimming movement, core tight for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly down, lifting into that rest position just for a moment before we do our final set of back extensions, and slowly lifting back over and onto that tummy, lengthening that spine. We're going to extend those arms overhead, and we're going to inhale, and on that exhale, lifting those arms into that Superman hold, and we're going to hold for 10, squeezing those glutes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're rotating those palms back towards the floor, and we are squeezing our elbows towards each other. Please make sure that you're not bringing those shoulders towards your ears, but you're drawing your shoulder blades down that back. That's 1. And squeeze and extend. As we're extending, we're rotating our palms to face each other and back. And let's do 3 more. And 1. And 2. Last one. And 3. Back to center, and let's hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly down and lifting over and into that rest position. Well done, everyone. You should be feeling a nice activation down the back of your body, but also into that core. We're going to slowly walk our hands over towards our left hand side, pushing the shoulders into the ground and allowing that stretch down that right hand side of your body. And we're going to inhale and exhale, and slowly walking over towards the other side to do the same thing. And inhale and exhale, and slowly back to center. We're going to slowly extend those legs and just allow those abdominals to stretch and allow that movement in that back. Just inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale, and slowly lifting back over into that all fours. We're just going to tuck those toes in under our feet and just lift our hips up towards the ceiling and stretch out those calves. Rotate that pelvis up towards the ceiling. And we're going to hold. Inhale and exhale. And bending that right leg, pushing that left heel into the ground, and inhale and exhale. And inhale and rotate. And inhale, keep going. And exhale. And inhale and exhale. Dropping both knees onto the ground and turning over into a seated position. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for those of you who could join us. I hope you enjoyed that session.